The guys that are coming back, I think, have great leadership, commitment, they believe in themselves. It's just a continuation of our identity, which is togetherness, attitude, perseverance, and effort, building championship people, building a championship program, and those guys buying into that and believing that. So, you know, you do it on the field physically, but it all starts with the mental. It all begins with attitude, and I think our guys have a great mindset, a great attitude, a great focus, but definitely had confidence coming out of last year, being 6-1 in conference play. Not one guy can take over and dominate in football. It takes all 11 guys out on the field at that time. But, you know, Hayden Shawn returning at quarterback, and he's got good competition right now in camp. He's a great teammate. Logan Candanoza, running back. On the offensive line, Dylan Gabriel, returning starter, one of our leaders. Zach Lawaro was honorable mention All-League as a sophomore. Daniel Jeffries, our smallest offensive lineman, yet started several games. The guy's flat, tenacious, great technician. Kyle Wasowski, and really started to come into his own. Nick Shepard is a guy that has potential. Chad Bletko at tight end. And then the wide receiver core, you know, we have Leon kind of as a leader of that group, both by performance and just the mental, the attitude piece. But we feel really good about Dylan Dobbins. Again, kind of came into his own last year. He can stretch the defense. He's got good speed. He can be a slot guy or a guy all the way on the outside. Very athletic. And then River Osen, another guy that can really stretch the defense with his speed, and he jumps very well. Yeah, and Elias Polanski's another guy. He's, you know, some people call it possession receivers. Well, Wes Welker was a possession receiver who I think's either going to be in the Hall of Fame or is in the Hall of Fame. And all these receivers also block well. You got to get blocks downfield to get big chunk plays and score touchdowns, and our tight ends, our wide receivers believe in that. On defense, Justin Monajo, one of the better safeties in the league, great senior leader, has been a starter all the way through here. Matt Phillips, he's played corner for us. He'll be able to play safety and corner, has rotated some, been on special teams. Keegan Shawn, another player, as a junior, outstanding DB for us. Chris McCoy and Cross Knoll, both at the corner position. So we feel like we really have very, very good experience, starting caliber players that have played it to a high level, excellence, championship level in this league in the defensive backfield. Anthony Passion kind of anchors the defensive lines, two-time All-League player. On the defensive line, Jaron Marks, but he can play interior D-line or defensive end for us. Having Ryan Peters return has been good. You know, linebacker Kobe Andrews, returning starter. He's a leader guy he's a vocal guy on our defense, a leader guy on our defense. One of the biggest factors in football, the game of football, is, you know, field position. You know, Justin Monajo back as a returner, one of the top guys in the nation. And then Ethan Hoffman, you look at a guy that was an All-American punter in spring of the COVID year. That's the ability level and performance level he was at. So you talk about depth at punting and kicking, but Ethan has looked very good in camp, both punting and kicking. Then Mikey Goforth, our backup, they're battling right now, but Aaron Boyer, outstanding snapper. We did not have one bad snap the entire year last year with Aaron Boyer as their snap. And again, all those guys would tell you they couldn't do it unless it was the guys around them allowed them to do those kind of things. I'm laughing because we brought in 61 new guys this year. Just had a great recruiting year. It's a very good overall group in all positions. It's just a very good group overall. You know, you don't want just players that are good players. You want guys with the right fit also. And these guys, as a total group, have really been a good fit so far with our veteran guys, and they're working their tails off right now during fall camp. Well, the three teams we're playing were 22-8. You know, one of them went to the national playoffs. We play Redlands we go 2-year contract with them every 2 years and just renew that. Chapman's been our SCIAC agreement game the last 2 years, and of course they were in the playoffs last year and won the conference, the SCIAC, and they were 2 years ago, and they're a very good team again. This past year they'll be very strong. Howard Payne was 7-3 in the very good Texas League. And we purposely play the toughest non-league schedule we can. We purposely do it because we want to challenge ourselves. We want to continue to, we want to play the best competition we can. It tells us where we're at. It prepares us for league play. And so we've got two of those games are on the road. The first two are on plane trips. And, but that's all good. We want to find answers, not excuses. We love obstacles. It's not the obstacle, it's how you overcome the obstacle. And we want to play the best. The conference is going to be very, very good. Linfield, unbelievable tradition. Whitworth, always strong. I think Willamette's going to be much improved. Lewis and Clark lost Jay, and Jay and I had coached together for 9 years at Linfield, and hate seeing him leave the league. Joe Bushman will do a great job there. He's been their associate. He'll be outstanding and do a great job. Pacific's always very good. We get a lot of respect for Pacific. We do a lot of crossover stuff with them. They're very physical, always good. I know UPS will be improved. PLU, I thought was one of the most improved teams in the league last year, and they'll be that way. So it's gonna be a dogfight, like always, and you just don't have any gimmies in this conference. It's an outstanding private school Division III conference. We feel, I'm sure the other coaches in the league feel it's as good as any in the country. We're very appreciative of our fan base and the type of game day atmosphere that our campus puts on. We just have always had a tremendous following and just enthusiasm and energy, and our guys love playing in front of the crowd. They feed off of the crowd.